when it comes to connecting to your God, you don't need to rely on anybody else. Try that. That is for the people who have messed up. But now the question is, exposure empowers your reasoning. If you are a man, you are looking for a lady, the first thing you have to look at. Hello guys, welcome to this episode. In this conversation for today, we are really going to look at one element in the family, or in the family, like if I say in the family, I mean in the holistic pursuit. We said that we are having 5 elements, and of which one of them is family. So in family, we are also going to have a subset that is an agenda of today, and we are going to look at how can we start right. If we say that you really need to start right so that your family be strong, your family be that family that will not be shaken with the time. So what are these really things that you really need to look at when you are selecting or when you are picking on your spouse? Kola Kodek, please greet our listeners or our viewers before we keep it rolling.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me in this conversation. It is one of my key interests in discussing the starting right, because you see there's a lot of influence happening in today's world, which if we don't come to understand on how the baselines of starting right, then chances are that as time counts, as things goes along, we may not see the holistic life that we expect or we need today. So yeah, thanks for having me in this conversation, and thanks viewers for creating time for this. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. I'm so much guaranteed that if we have this baseline, you will live the holistic life. You will start right, in other words.
All right, but now that's good, but there are people already started. They are also part of our viewers. So what can you tell them before even we go to starting right? Because okay, for those people who have not started, it's right, they will have time to start right. But for those people who already and started and they are keeping on with the journey, are they left out?
Are you referring to the ones that have started?
Yes, the ones that are
right.
No, already. If we say that, how can you start right? And there we have portion of our viewers who already started this journey. They're already in the family. They're already married. They're already some are even approaching somewhere there. So what can you tell for the? Can you tell the people who already started?
For them or to them, what I can say is we may have some elements that may be corrected in the process of pursuing holistic life. You may find that either one or two didn't take into consideration such. But chances are that probably we can. If you ignore all of these baselines, then it's risky. But I'm sure I want to work with an assumption that there's nobody who really ignored all this, because if they did, I'm sure they are not together today.
They will feel the pinch. They will confirm to us that indeed, if you do not start right,
there's consequences. You'll have to feel it.
So let's use the people already in this journey to confirm to us if whatever we are going to say here is actually the truth.
Yes, the comment section is open. Please, the comment section is open. Give us your views. If you're already in a marriage, if you're already in a serious relationship, I want you to give us your views based on what we're talking about here, so that you can tell us if indeed they're applying. I know we may have some that are outliers that didn't really fall within that, but their pliers are always not that many. So yeah, give us your opinions on that. Comments. Let the comment section shine.
Thank you for that. Now, in respect of time, allow me to just quickly start with one of the aspects that our viewers really need to pay attention to. Now, one of them, and if maybe you have a contrary opinion to this, you will just mention. So, and I'm not saying this that it's what I'm thinking, but to me, I know this is a principle. It is there. So it's either you choose to align with it, or you choose to go contrary to it. But again, time will tell.
Consequences are there.
Consequences are there of, yeah, decisions have consequences.
True,
so
true.
Number one, and I want to say to ladies and to men, okay? So, or rather female and male. Now, I want to start with men, okay? Now, one element that we have to agree on is that you must have difference in income level.
Income level. There must be a distinct.
There must be a difference in income level. So what I mean is, if you are a man, you are looking for a lady. The first thing you have to look at, how much is this lady earning? Okay? If this lady happens to be earning more than you are earning, I think you are disqualified there. You are not matching there. You are disqualified.
Okay.
So that is one element. Income level.
In other words, you're saying you have to be, okay, who needs to be higher? The man needs to be higher.
I've started with the man.
Okay.
So a man must have higher, must earn.
Or the income stream for the man
must be, not should, must. Because this, I'm saying this is a principle now. Okay? We want these people not to have problems once they've started this relationship. Okay? And this is something that have been measured and studied over time, and it is working that way. So either if you choose to work against it, then we'll have to also rub shoulders with the consequences. You understand? Now we are saying that first of all, a man must earn more than the lady. Okay?
I get that.
Yes.
But I have a question with that.
Yes.
Okay, the man should or must. Let me say must.
Must, right? Yes.
By the time you are starting this relationship,
yes,
at the beginning,
yes,
the man must,
yes,
have a higher income level than the lady, right?
Yes.
What in the eventualities that we've started and then something happens?
Yes.
How do we handle that? If let's say a man started right, by the time he was starting, he was earning higher than the lady.
Yeah.
But as time went by, maybe you can remember, maybe during COVID, something like that happens, and then most of the people are getting sacked. Then this person happens to be one of them.
Yes.
And maybe this person had one income stream, which is the salary.
Yes.
In this case.
Yes.
What do we do? Because if the woman is not sacked, but the husband is sacked.
Yes.
So in this case, remember now the wife will be earning, of course, more than the husband.
I get your point. Let me clarify there. And I know so many people who are really waiting for that. Now, what really matter here is writing the history. The starting itself. That is when you are coming in. When you are coming in, or when we are starting this thing, who was higher or who had more? Okay? So the main thing here is about when you are starting, when you are pursuing this lady, where were you? What was your balance sheet? Okay, what was your balance sheet and what was the balance sheet of the lady? So that's what we are saying. When you are starting, it is very important that you ensure that you be higher than your lady.
The lady.
If anything, we can't say that these things happen. When it happened,
they do.
The lady will not forget that at one point you are higher. That still will tell the lady that you have the potential. So that one even will protect you from the drama that might come up, because she know very well that you can also again stand up. Okay, so what about if you do the contrary? You did not
the lady never saw the potential.
In the East, there's nowhere where you've ever shown that you're capable enough, and you have led in terms of resources or in terms of income. So that is one element.
Finance.
When you are starting, ensure that your income stream or your resources is higher than the lady. Okay? One reason or one of the advantages that this will come with, you will have the respect. Okay?
You'll abide by the principle of a man being the provider.
Being the provider.
Yes. Because you'll have what to use to provide.
Yes.
Unlike if you didn't, or if the lady was having more than you have, you may not really provide us to the expectation of that lady. So I agree that a man needs to have more resources than the lady.
Yes.
During the starting point.
When you are starting, ensure your income level is higher than the lady. That is well mentioned. Number two, you must ensure that you are older than the lady. Age matters a lot when it comes to relationship.
They say age is just a number.
Try that. That is for the people who have messed up. They're trying to. There is this thing we call it. There's a theory here called cognitive dissonance. That is an element of cognitive dissonance.
But you are disagreeing.
You are disagreeing by looking for excuses to justify your mistake. But inside you, there is that cognitive dissonance. You know that you are wrong. Okay? Inside you know that you are wrong, but you are just coming with excuses.
You are going to receive canes.
Yes.
We have people here who are married to wives that are older than them.
Yes.
Please, they know.
They can share with us what's the experience. They have the first-hand experience.
But maybe remember, as our previous session was.
Yes.
They may not face this because of the.
They are facing it. I can assure you that they are facing it
because of the motherly nature of
nothing like that.
That woman will try to mother.
This previous day I was looking at something. Then the lady told that man that, you know, I'm not your mother. Yes. So even if maybe you are treating me as your mother, but you see me, I'm your wife, and I'm your friend. Something like that.
True.
So let us.
Okay. In other words,
the other ones are just excuses.
To start right. One of the components is to make sure that you, as a man, you are older.
Yes.
Than.
But now the question is, how old?
How old?
What is the age gap
between the man and the wife?
Yes. What is the age gap? We are going to use a range so that you ensure that you fall within a range. Then you will just be comfortable. So let's just have simple mathematics here. Now, in the context of Kenya, at what age is someone allowed to make the decisions of marrying without consulting with the parents?
Is it 21? I think it's 21.
21?
Yes. It's 21.
It's 21.
But we consider you an adult by 18.
By 18 years.
Though,
yes.
For marriage, I think it's 21. But 21 now you can make
the decisions on your own.
Yes.
Without necessarily consulting. If you can consult at your own disposition.
Is it 21? Please help us understand.
It is 21.
21, right?
I have that record. It is 21. 21. So we want to work from there. And being that we are saying that this is the age that now you can make the decision on whether to marry or not marry. And being that we've said that men must be higher in terms of resources, and we talk about 21. 21 is when you're in school. 21 is when you're maybe finalizing.
You're finalizing your campus,
Finalizing your campus. So it means that 21 is not viable. Practically, it's not viable to men who are going to be they are the source of these resources. Unless if you inherited some.
But even if you inherited, I'd still not advise that, because there's something that comes with age, which is maturity.
Yes. There where I'm headed.
Okay.
Because I'm just trying to say, we said that we must have an age gap.
Yes.
And we've given the base to be 21. So if we give the base to be 21, then it means that the first person you are going to consider here, that age is going to be a female.
Yes.
So you get it.
So in other words, we are the 21. We are picking
that baseline.
A lady.
It should be a lady, because a lady is the one who will go first. Because the lady is supposed to be younger in the marriage.
Yes.
You understand? So we're saying that let's now put it that a lady of 21 years and above can now make the decision on whether to
get married
without having necessarily consulting the parents. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, and that one has worked well with time. So we can say that it's okay that way. It's maybe aligning, maybe the laws that were made in the context of Kenya, it's aligning with the natural laws.
How about to the listeners who are from different locations?
Being that this has worked, and that's what I'm saying, is aligning with natural laws. And natural laws are universal. So even 21 can work somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay? But then because we are going to consider the maturity of your brain. This is what we are looking at here. Not the body size. It's not about the body size. Because you will find that there are in some other areas or other parts of the continent, somebody is at 18 and you might think that person is at yes. Their body size is bigger than their age. Okay?
And maybe they are also influenced by education. You may find that by 21,
yes,
maybe they are done.
Yeah, they're done
based on their curriculum that they're using. Probably maybe at that time they're done, or something else. So, but at 21.
So being that, let's not go too much into that because we have a lot to discuss on this. Now, so we are saying that our baseline here is 21. And this 21 should be a lady. Okay? Then we want to add this principle that the age gap should not be less than 5.
Should not
be less than 5. So if we take that the lady is now 21. So this lady want to look for a man. Okay? So the first thing this lady should ask the man, the prospective, the man who is coming to ask for friendship or for such things.
In this case.
Yes. The lady should ask, how old are you?
So if I'm getting you right, you're saying a lady who is 21 is viably correct to be married
by someone
who is 26
and above. At least 26. In fact, 26, that is now you are or not. You should give some deviation a little bit. So from 27, 26, 27 there is okay. Okay, even if it is at 26, then date for 1 year or for some period, for even so that you don't be just 26. So maybe give that man a period of learning these things and all that. Learning.
So if I ask,
yes.
I've seen people who have married with the age difference of at least 2.
Yes.
3.
Yes.
3 years, so many.
Yes.
4.
Yes.
And probably they're just doing good.
You don't know, you are not them. You don't know the challenges they are facing. They won't come telling you because everyone want to seem successful. Everyone want to seem that they made it. So there are things that we say we have family matters. We keep them within our family. So it will not go to the public. So what you get is in the public when it's now milk has turned sour. Now that people fight that you cannot contain it within the homes. That's when now it blows. See? So the manageable ones.
Let me ask our viewers to give us comment on that. Please give us your views. What do you think? Do you know somebody, or are you somebody who was married or who married within the gate? I don't want one. One is too, so I will not think of one. I need at least somebody who got married or who married by within the age gap of 2, 3, 4. Give us your views. I want to hear, and please be honest, because some people are going to learn from what you are saying. I am expecting that they.
I know. See the point. This point I'm giving them. The opinions will align or will not align with this, but that's the bare truth. The good thing is that all of us will have to marry, and you will have to confirm these things. Yes, so they will still come back. Confirm.
I am already.
Okay, let me not get personal. But no problem. No problem. So we are saying that now for a lady is 21, assuming this lady is looking for somebody to date and have a serious relationship which is leading to marriage, then that person must be from 26 and above. Assume that they dated for maybe a period of 1 year, knowing each other, learning to know the attributes of each other, doing those assessments. Maybe if it takes 1 year, I advise so, at least 1 year, knowing someone, okay? Because this is not your relative. This is somebody who grew somewhere else in a different environment, different exposure, and all that. So it's when you are coming together to create something new, okay? It's like bonding in the chemistry. We say those bonding, the elements are coming together and they form a new structure and something else. So
I still have a question on that.
Yes.
Because assuming this is what has happened.
Yes.
Do we have a dating history? Like, do we say that a man assuming that the man also finished school by 23, 22?
Yes.
So you're out of school, you have to start hustling here and there.
Yes.
Do we say when a man is dating at 23, 24, 25, then forget about marriage? Don't even think about marriage as of that time.
If they are dating at this time, a man who is now dating below 26, that's somebody who's joking. That's somebody who's joking. Okay, you are dating for fun. You are dating to get the experience. So a man who is between the age of 21, or let me just say a man who is below 26 years, if this person is in a relationship, this person is in a relationship to learn. Just to learn, okay? Because all these things, this is what even when you come to formal employment, you find that first of all you must go through the internship and all that before you actually confirmed as an employee, okay? Yeah, so it's the same thing with the marriage or the relationship.
Okay, is it right to say that marriage is an organization?
It is. It is the basic unit of organization. That's where organization starts. Yes, it is an administrative. It's an administrative body. The smallest unit of administrative body. We start with family.
Correct.
Then it grows to a village and the whole and the world
unity and all that.
Yeah. So that even if you, let me not get into that. But what I'm just trying to say that a man below 26 years or 26 years and below, these are people who are still in the learning. They're gaining experience on how they will drive or their homes or their families for the entire of their lives.
And that is also the time that they try to figure out stuff and see how they can start accumulating resources, because they take time.
We said very well that life is holistic. So when I say that they are learning, it means they are learning all these elements, because we will need these all elements.
Building their faith,
yes,
their spirituality,
yes,
they're taking care of their finances, how to start anchoring the finances. They are looking for the figuring out their fitness.
They are creating even the connection. That is the friendship we're talking about.
Yes,
they are looking about how they fit. What are the food that they will consuming in their home? How
they're thinking
all
about
those
their
things.
Mind. What do they consume to make sure that they're okay, the right decision.
Yes. So back to the topic. So a man below 26, consider yourself doing what? Learning. And if you just go and do research, look for men who married
when they are
below 26. It will even if they try as much as possible to contain this family, it will only take something like 5 years. Then after that, they start seeing other good ladies outside there. They start cheating. Okay.
There is a record of people who maybe started their relationship in campus.
Yes.
When they are in high school.
Yes.
They got married.
Yes.
And they're still going on. What do you say about that?
Are they sharing with you everything they go through?
Or should we say these are the outliers?
No. Do they share with you everything? These people, you see, sometimes women are very good people. They sometimes they choose to contain their relationship. This where we say that we surely have this term they use here, toxic relationship. The ladies that were in toxic relationship, but being that they can't stand the shame. Okay, maybe you are told that don't do this, and you said that I love this man, I have to be with this man. So you find that now you are facing challenges, but being that you don't want to confirm to those people that you told me this thing and I never had you, and now you are really suffering in this. They keep on there, they keep hanging, and they're really suffering a lot. So I'm talking to that person who want to live holistically, enjoy your life, because that is the life you want to enjoy. That is the heaven
that you want to go to.
So if you really want to enjoy your life, please do it as we mentioned, as we are recommending here. Below 26, if you marry there, maybe if you will be remarry again, you want to be a polygamer, you will again look for another lady. You will only find comfort in the other lady that you will marry after now, when you are now older. Okay, and even if you compare how you will enjoy that marriage with this one, you will find that there's a difference. Okay,
what are the chances of that happening? Okay, I may say the chances of, I totally agree with the age fully.
Yes,
it's not something that should be compromised.
Yes,
and if there is anybody, if there's any outlier that happened to have married within that age gap, not fitting, as we are saying, the 5 or probably the 2 or the 3, I'm sure there are few compared to the majority who got married within that range and are happy. If I get the statistics today and look at the ones who married within that age gap, that is below 5, or a man who got married below 25, 26, and happened to marry a lady probably who is 23 or 24, that statistics, those will be happy who are saying to be living holistic life will be very few compared to those who did the same thing.
But let me remind you that even this person who is claiming that he is living holistic life by disobeying all these principles, all these laws, then this person, you see, for you to know that something is better is when you've tested on both sides. So maybe what you think is the best life is not the best life. If you would have done it, then it could have been better, what you are thinking.
That is the beauty of principle. You see, when you follow a principle, you are guaranteed that that will happen. And again, speaking of the same, I don't know where you will put in character, we will fit in character in this case, but there's also people who got married with the age gap of more than 5, but are still not happy. They follow that principle of marrying somebody who is, if it's a lady, marrying somebody who is older than you with 5 and above, or if it's a man, marrying a lady who is 5 years younger than you, but now, are still not happy.
There's
also that outlier.
Let me. It's not an outlier. It's only that I'm saying that we have principles that have to be brought. They have to be brought together. They work together. Okay, they work holistically. So, for example, let me give you an example. Okay, you might see we cannot only
look at one
measure somebody
say,
based on age. There are people who are older in terms of age, but they reason like kids. The minds. So we're just saying that this is we are assuming
to work together. You can't pick one and say that now I've followed age, so I'm okay.
Yes.
Or I've followed finances, so I'm okay.
So that's why that's why we started with finances. Your income level must be
above.
Then we are coming to age, and when we talk about age, we are assuming that this is a rational human being. Not somebody who is having problem, disabled in terms of mentally. We have people who are mentally disabled, and they are part of us. We cannot discriminate them. But what I'm saying that we are assuming that this is somebody who is of sound mind. This somebody of sound mind. Yeah. So if this is somebody of sound mind and you've considered age, then it's okay. Okay. So we are saying that age gap should be at least 5. Then at most 10.
5 at least.
Yes.
10 at most.
10 at most.
So if a lady goes for a man.
So assuming that a lady who is 21, which was our beginning point. So the highest man that this lady can look up to
31.
is somebody of 31. Are we okay there?
I'm getting you.
31. So from 31 is the maximum. If this lady pursues somebody who is 32, then there's also another problem. They will start fighting. Or this lady will face problem like, wow, are you reasoning? Do you still want to go to playgroup? She will be receiving such comments, and I know that one will not be okay with her.
I get it.
Yeah, so the utmost should be 10. I mean, at most 10, then minimum 5. Yes, so that is the range. 5 to
10.
5 to 10. So you can do your calculation based on
that. Okay.
So we are done with. Actually, if you work well with this age, there are so many things that you can really talk about age, because even the reason this principle of at least 5. You are given that 5. Even we go back to Christianity and you go back to Bible, you will find that Adam was first created. Then after being created, then God saw that it was not nice for Adam to be alone. Then he was given what? A partner. So partner came later. So they were not brought at the same time. And still, you can see that Adam was still, Eve was still tricky to Adam.
See, yes. The advantage of age is, as we said,
yes.
This time, assuming that this lady is finishing at campus at 21,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And I'm working with an ideal that she just finishes 21,
yes.
Campus, and then she gets serious with this man,
yes.
and then they date and all that happens. Yes. The assumption is,
yes.
if the man also happened to have finished school,
yes.
by roughly 2,
yes.
right? These 4, at least,
yes.
1, you've gained experience in terms of mind.
Yes.
You've looked at what you are consuming,
yes.
mentally.
Yes.
You've exposed yourself.
Yes.
You are decisive enough.
Yes.
You are masculine enough.
Yes.
You are fit enough.
Yes.
You've considered all this.
Yes.
If not, you are in the journey. That means you're on the right track. You know where to follow, the path to take. This lady, when she's finishing campus, she'll come and she'll look up to you, because you'll now be like the leader in this case,
yes.
trying to direct this lady,
yes.
since you followed that path.
Yes.
And then that will help with harmonizing that issue of I don't know why some ladies also face it. They don't like the word lead. If you mention, if you say maybe the husband lead.
Okay, I'm not arrogant. I'm not arrogant, but let me emphasize this. You must be led. If a lady who don't want
to be led,
her husband to lead her, then that means that
is not the right husband.
That's not the right husband. Yeah. She married. She was married to a wrong
husband.
Because if that lady is exposed to the right husband, she will not even think about that.
Very true. We'll be very submissive.
That submission will come on its own. You understand?
And okay, I get it.
It will come on its own.
Come by.
So we've under this other age, I want also to bring some elements, but the main one is age, but let me also bring these ones because I see, let me call it contemporary issue in the society. I see based on culture and there's some also I know this one might face a lot of criticism, but let me just share it. You see, this now just opinion. This now not a principle, but this is not just opinion. Because either sides can work. Height. Do we consider height?
Okay, to me, I do consider.
To you,
and I believe majority also agree with me. If I'm to go for a lady, I definitely have to go for a lady that I'm taller than.
But then I want that's just a recommendation you can take. Yes. But we cannot put this as a principle because we cannot deny that man who has spotted a nice lady to her, but the lady is taller than him.
We can't say that.
Sorry, the lady is taller than him, but maybe he sees that this lady has the qualities that he need.
All the
okay, so we cannot pin him down.
True.
But then he can just take the risk. But there's some challenges again. We can just take the risk, but there's some challenges. So what he can do, he can be smarter in terms of brain-wise. He can just be smarter so that she ensure that she can overcloud the lady. In terms of the things he's doing, but
mind is
height matters. Height also matters. Then complexion also matters. For I tend to see that people who are a bit darker, they tend to go to they stand when they're looking for their spouse. Most of them look for people who are a bit lighter. So that I think it's okay that way also. I can recommend that because we are trying also to favor children because you see input and output is also important.
Speaking of the same,
you can't tell me you planted maize, then you expect beans. It cannot work that way. So what you planted, you see, the types of seed that you planted in your farm is what you should expect. So in this case, if you are both of you are dark, then you're expecting a light skin unless
what if I'm a carrier?
Unless we are talking about the gene disorder. Yeah.
No.
In case gene disorder.
Probably somebody may be dark, but they are carriers of.
So unless if you want to be sure, if you know you are dark, you can visit your doctor. They check on your gene if you are carrier, and you have chances of you having brown. Then you can also go to the other side. You do that so that you can get to know. That's now more complicated in terms of scientific. But let's use the things that you can see, because even things about carrier you cannot see it. It's something that is in the gene, unless it's now measured scientifically, and that's a bit, maybe we are talking about an average person who don't even know the blood group. Okay,
majority
who do not even know the type of blood group they are. So, and all these things require resources, and maybe this person it depends with the level of resources that you have. So maybe resources can be a limit here. So let's work with the basic. Use the sure bet thing. If you see yourself, you can see I'm dark, I'm this color. So also that
you go for what impresses you.
Yes.
If you're dark and you want dark, go for dark.
Yes.
If
what motivates you?
And you want. I see ladies do say they want tall, dark, and handsome. What should I say?
And that ladies, at that time that lady is talking, what is that lady? You'll find that lady is a browner. Having a light skin. Yes. So, but this is not a rule.
Yeah,
we're just saying that.
Just a comment.
You please try to consider your sibling. I'm not your sibling, but your
kids. See, the other day I was just scrolling.
Favor your child. Yes.
Just scrolling the internet, and then I met a meme.
Yes.
Should I call it a meme or a meme?
A meme.
A meme.
Yes.
So I see a kid. the kid was complaining.
Yes.
She was like, everywhere she goes, people say she's ugly.
Yes.
Then she's like, who is to blame?
Yes.
If I'm ugly,
yes.
Who is to blame?
Parents.
My parents.
And
she literally said
okay,
that.
Okay, we cannot debate more. We should not debate more on that, because we let's assume that we say that all of us were created in the likeness
and the image of God.
Yes. Let's assume that. But what we can just tell our viewers that please have in your mind how your child will look like. And consider this
have an image.
Yes, have an image.
Imagine how the kid would
that time you want to pick someone. Think of your child first. Think of your generation. Then that one also will that should also will help you.
Okay.
Now we've talked about income level, we've talked about age, and now we are going to the next element, that is educational background. Because this educational background and exposure, let's put educational background and exposure, that's also
a component.
It's a component that we
key.
have really to consider. Now, when you come to educational background, as a man, you should
be again.
Yes, yeah, because any moment that your lady is so exposed than you, then
it
even
will have one impact. One of the impacts will be this lady will be more exposed.
Yes.
Then the kind of decisions that this lady will make will be superior than yours, because probably you can't reason beyond that level, right?
Yes.
So it's more important that you keep yourself with the information.
Yes.
And one of the best ways is always, please just go through the ladders you can.
Yes.
If that high school or campus and as it could.
Yes. So just to make it simple, ensure that you are higher, or even if you are at the same level but you have other certifications, like your exposure is a bit higher, broad or higher too. Because this one, when you compromise this, you will find that you will have challenge when because ladies don't really like people who are reasoning like kids. They're the only people who want to be kids. So if you also start reasoning like kids, then there cannot be two kids in the house.
And one of the things that will affect your reasoning is the level of information that you have.
Yes.
If you are equipped well enough, then you can reason broadly, you can think broadly, you can decide broadly.
Exposure empowers your reasoning. Exposure empowers your reasoning. So when you are well exposed, then you will find that you will be able to reason well, because problems will always be arising in this home, and the first person to run to is the father. And if the father consistently have been making decisions which are not building are just bringing back or lowering or droning the family, then I think it will reach a point whereby you will not be consulted. You just find things happening, and that one
problem solver in other words.
It means when you are the people you are the go-to when there was a problem, and you find that now things have changed, I think you won't feel it won't be nice to you, and you will also start pushing for it, and that's where now the problems will start arising. You will start they will start telling you that, you know, we had this problem, and you see your decision led us to here. So we saw that it's no longer comfortable.
So in other words, be a problem solver.
Be a problem solver.
And one of the ways of being a problem solver is making sure you are well equipped with information.
Yes.
You keep learning.
Yes.
And relearning.
And that information is exposure. Correct. Yes, because information, whether educational, all those information expose you, get to know how to handle situation, various dimensions that you can handle a problem. So be sure that you are better or you are higher in terms of educational or exposure. So that's one of the things. Because even when you sit with a lady and now they're throwing your vibes, if you're well exposed, I'm very sure that you will not even be considered.
No, you
will not be considered. And if you're considered, maybe because of you mentioned something with level finances of income, and maybe this lady was facing problem with finances, so she's coming in because of finances, but not she's not coming in for the holistic you.
Yeah, I've witnessed a situation that a problem arises and the family is to handle.
Yes.
And then once a woman listens to how the husband is reasoning, the woman will be like, Like seriously? Is that the best you can think of?
No, they should not even ask that, because that is criticizing. It's like shaming somebody in the midst of people.
Other people.
Yeah, so it's not nice.
But I've witnessed that though.
It happens even now. There's so many people who can confirm this, and even some of our viewers are also.
So under there, before we finish with the general knowledge,
yes,
or general information on that.
Yes.
One of the key things is be decisive enough.
Yes.
And
how will you be decisive? You see, you can say you are decisive enough, and you're decisive with wrong things. You say that this is final now, and whatever you're saying is final is
not
wrong.
The correct thing.
It will make the ship to sink.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You have the information.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You know what needs to be
yes.
done. Please be decisive as well.
Yes.
Don't be decisive while you're making the wrong thing.
Yes.
Be well equipped.
You see, sometimes people can misconstrue being decisive by being rigid
and rude.
Being rigid and say that
adamant.
Yes. Okay. Apart from being decisive, just be smart.
Okay.
And sure, if we cannot say that all the time you might be right, but sometimes your lady can bring in something that is smart, or something that is really making sense to you. So be smart there. I want to mention how you go about it, but just be smart. And so you be smart. Be smart. So also be smart. Then apart from that, we've talked about educational background, but let me also say that not only education background, the exposure also in the spirituality, okay, in your faith, okay, about how you go about your problems, how you seek the higher being, yeah, that's also very important.
You should be spiritual.
You should be very spiritual. Don't be there's so many people that when it comes to spirituality, when they come to this matter of faith, they say that go and look for your pastor, come and help us here.
And you see, that point alone is being misused.
Yes.
In our religious systems.
Yes.
You'll find that you entrust.
Yes.
You are they call, should I call them, you are a priest or whatever. You entrust that person with your family, and then it reaches a point that that person is not the God sent.
Yeah.
They start compromising the family. I wouldn't want to discuss that much.
Yes.
But as we are saying, you need to be spiritual enough.
Yes.
Perform your rituals.
Yes.
And see how you can.
There's something I want to add here, because I'm very keen on the natural laws, and when it comes to connection with the spiritual realm, then it's not limited to a man or female. So here is whereby it's now upon you, okay? And the lady also should not just rely on the man. When it comes to connecting to your God, you don't need to rely on anybody else.
Yes.
Here now, finances, you can rely on the man. But when it comes to God, now not relying on anybody. I wanted to ensure that that one is well highlighted. So when it comes to spirituality, both of you need to pursue it well. Okay? Both the wife and the man. Okay?
Yeah, yes. Spirituality is very, very important.
Very important.
Some people don't even take it that serious.
So I think let's just summarize, because with the little we've just mentioned, I'm very sure if you do it that way, you're going to be well.
Yes.
Things are going to work well in your family. Yeah. So let's just wrap it up. We are saying that as a man, you must lead in financial income. That is financially. You must lead in terms of age, and we are very specific that you must. It's not a minimum of 5.
Age is not just a number.
It's not just a number, and the age gap must be 5 and above. And maximum is 10. That is age gap. And we've also mentioned that in terms of educational background, it's advisable that you do what?
You be well informed.
You be well informed, because anytime that you are not well informed, then it means that you will be a slave. You can have all those resources, but you are a slave to somebody else
who is more informed.
Who is more informed than you.
It's too bad that this be your wife.
It's so bad if you are the leader and you are the slave at the same time. Of course, it means that those things are contradicting. You will not be the leader anytime you are not leading information-wise. Because, for example, let's say, even if the lady is the one having more finances and you have the information, you can convert those finances to
your side.
Like, you can use information to be the top now. You understand? So information is also one of the key elements that you have to look at. Yeah. So those are the pillars. Yeah. So please. Those are the things that we had for you for this session. Reflect on your family, reflect on people around you, and assess, try to meditate about this and see whether all this that we've mentioned, are they practical or not. But from our point of view, they are practical, and if you try to contradict them, then be ready to also face the consequences, and the consequences will face alone, not with us. Yes. So maybe you can just wrap up.
I have nothing much to add to this. It has been a fantastic discussion. I want to see more reaction from you. I want to get your views. I want to see how you think this through. So be open. Give us your thoughts. Contradict us, challenge us with your views, with your facts, so that we can sit down and be like, we want to get where you're thinking from. Be factual. If you are an outlier, see how it happened to be, so that we think this through together. But as we speak, principles are principles. The better you follow them, the better for you. That's all for me. So
okay, thank you for watching. Please ensure that you also share the information that you've learned, so that we can all grow together. We are really aiming to reach the larger audience. So please, thank you for watching, and let us catch up in the next episode.